My first impressions of the life are very mixed with the gypsies experience.
When you got the Palme in Cannes, you left to Sarajevo, and you said because I had a friend and I went there back to help him to repair his heater. Yeah. Was it true, or was it you were shy or you were pretentious?
At that moment when I was leaving Cannes and coming back to Sarajevo, it's because small production house who produced the movie, they didn't have the money, and I didn't like to fight with them, and I left. And it was very short time for television to express my attitude and my approach to the problem. And I found just very quickly that I was busy with something else, and it was funny partly for the people and very seriously taken problem about me and the films and culture in my country.
You had, at that time, you had many proposals, but you refused to work elsewhere than in Yugoslavia. You were afraid to lose your soul?
My soul and my education and all I know about life is, and all my luggages I'm taking with me, with my memories and with all these things are somehow coming out in the movies. And I was afraid from all scripts they offered me that any of these moments from my life I can put into the movie.
Yeah. And then one day you had a magazine, a newspaper called Express Politica.
You know everything about me.
No. And you found this story about gypsies taking kids and selling them in Europe, in Western Europe, and you decided then to make a movie with it.
The first signal was very strong, because you know, it's as somebody who has a children, when you can hear that somebody is selling children, it upsets me. You know? But when I start to think about movie, I've seen that first reaction is not enough to make a movie. And what I was doing all the time before shooting, after the script, which is based on the true story, and during the shooting, I was trying to find all cultural levels of the gypsies' life.
The oniric dimension too. Yeah. And then you are very close friend to Milos Forman, and
who showed the script to
David Putnam.
And you know, and I was with all my films very lucky on the end.
Yeah, because then he was fired, David Putnam, just after he gave you the money.
He gave me the money, and the 3 days after I started shooting, he left Colombia.
When you were younger, you lived in Sarajevo, you played soccer, you were quite famous, no?
Not but very famous, but I played like, you know, everybody in my country, if it wants to be recognizable from the girls and from everybody must play soccer or something like that, because and I was trying to do that.
And you played rock and roll too?
I'm just always playing with my friends with a very famous group called No Smoking.
No Smoking, yeah.
But it's not healthy, it's
and you play like Clash?
Bass, kind of music, which is post-punk.
And you still go on playing with this group?
Yes, sometimes. Because now I live in the States, so it's not possible all the time.
So, when you were young, you were very close to the Roms. You've been living very close to them, no?
Yeah, I grew up in the district where gypsies Roms lived in Sarajevo, and so my first impressions of the life are very mixed with the gypsies experience.
It's very curious because it's people coming from India, and they've been surviving 1,000 years in another country, in different countries, and that means they are very strong, and that explains maybe too the importance of their culture and their dreams too. No?
Yeah, what I was trying to not to explain but to find during the shooting, just how all this civilization is surviving a time which is completely against them. And I found that the dreams are historical background of the gypsy society. So they live in between dreams and the reality, which is...
and your film shows it very, very well.
Thank you.
Yeah. They are tough people because you say when there are two Roms in a street, a mother and a father, it's a story, and a kid falls in mud, they say, do we clean him or make another one? That's true?
Yeah.
It's a joke, but...
That's very true, that's very true. But it's coming from different kind of thinking, because they are nomads, you know, they moving all the time. They brought kind of several kind of different kind of tradings in my country, in all these areas. But they have in the blood, they have wishing just to move all the time, to change places. And the thing, they are anti-industrial people.
Aren't you afraid of giving a very bad image of the Roms because they steal children, they sell them abroad, they are involved in prostitution? How did they react when they saw the movie you made about them?
They were very, you know, sad after the movie. They were crying, and I think this movie was shown in Yugoslavia. Around 2 million people seen the movie.
Smash, yeah.
And all gypsies.
Yeah.
I think we have around 500,000, almost 700,000 gypsies living there. And they were different reactions, but mainly they did like because of the music and because of the dreams, because of imagination and all you can find there.
Are they ashamed of what they do?
No.
Where do you live now?
In the States, in New York.
You are teaching?
Yeah, I'm teaching film director.
But why don't you live in Yugoslavia now when it is changing?
It's the same reasons why gypsies are moving from the place to the place. I found a little bit boring to continue my living in this years in Sarajevo, because I think I made films about Sarajevo and my environment, and now what I have to do and what I'm trying to do is to find a place where I can find a new drama. For example, I found when I came to New York, immediately I found that what I have to do in New York, in the Brighton Beach, is Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky, but today, on Manhattan, because I think it's the only place in the world you can play Crime and Punishment as a part of contemporary life.
You want it to be played by Slavic people?
Yeah, there is a big number of Russian population living in South Brooklyn, Coney Island, and I would like to take a criminal level of the story and put into the new, completely new story about Raskolnikov, but who lives as a Russian immigrant today in the States.
Yeah, that's a good idea. How old are you?
30. I'm going to be 35 at the end of the month.
You think you're a genius or something?
No.
Et pour être sûr de ne rien rater de Arditube, abonnez-vous et mettez un pouce bleu.